Check it. Whether it's your first time or you need a retreat, this is your place for video games and fresh beats. LBnMie, LBnMie, Last BeNeVoLeNcE and Kimmie.
Hello everyone! Today is going to be a little different because we wanted to give you guys our LBnMie review of the Steam Deck. First, we give a big shout out to Kloden who sponsored this video by sending us our very own Steam Deck. Thank you so much! So, what is the Steam Deck? For those who are wondering, it is a handheld gaming console made by Valve to play PC games that are mostly released on their PC gaming store, Steam. I remember the time when they announced the Steam Deck, DJ's reaction was like... And then he was like... And I remember that day that when the reservations were open, it was like we were on fire, trying to get in and check it out.
Let me in! Let me in!
But the page was not working. Finally, we got in and put in our reservation, and then we had to wait. As the months flew by, DJ pretty much forgot about it because we've been waiting for an email from Valve for such a long time. Long story short, we got the email for it and Kloden donated the 64GB version to us. As a person who likes to play games handheld, the Steam Deck is amazing. It has a perfect screen for playing and the buttons are the same quality as controller. Like PC, it has features like a desktop mode, a touchscreen, and a touchpad that feels like a mouse, so it's more easy for you to move around and check different stuff if your finger is too big for touching something small on the screen. Honestly, I'm not so techy, so I needed my husband to help me set up a lot of stuff. Even doing the mods for Stardew Valley, for me it was hard because of the process of downloading it through the desktop mode, which he explained had a Linux operating system. With the Nintendo Switch, I have it easy because everything just works right away. So it's just a bit hard to get stuff to work on the deck sometimes. But the features of the Steam operating system itself are amazing. So you can set some things like that tint color of the screen light and even some other things or settings like changing the graphics so that the battery can last longer. It's really good if you have a variety of games already on your Steam account. Playing the games that work here are amazing. The graphics are incredibly good looking. Even if you haven't set up the graphics, after downloading and loading each game, they are usually automatically ready to play without needing any setting up, and they can look really pretty. The frame rate is so smooth that sometimes it makes me wish it had the same graphics as my PC. So, I normally have my husband fix my graphics depending on what I'm playing. There's a lot of games you can play, but not everything is compatible, and a lot of games are not verified to work fully. So far, I've tried Stardew Valley, A Short Hike, Monster Hunter World, and even Tales of the Elements. Yes, it looks and plays really well here. I really like that the Steam Deck is like the PC version of a Switch. It's black and very neat looking. It has all the buttons from the controller that you would ever need and more. I like that it has a touchscreen and touchpad that makes it easy for you to manage stuff. But since I'm not very good with changing settings or even using computers very much, the Steam Deck is really difficult for me to use sometimes. Overall, I think the Steam Deck is an amazing gadget, and I would especially recommend it for the people who are tech savvy and those who love playing PC games. It can be good for traveling too. But while I think it's really nice, I feel like it's not for me. I already know that I'm not that good at changing and setting stuff, and because my hand is so small, the Steam Deck is kinda heavy for me. And I like carrying small bags, so if I bring it somewhere with me, I might just end up giving it to LB to carry for me, and that's not good. So for anyone like me who are not good with computers, or others who just want an easy way to play games on the go, I would recommend the Nintendo Switch instead.
Shout out to Kloden. Test, test, test. Test, 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 test. Check it. Yo. Once upon a time we had the Game Boy and the Game Gear. I favored Nintendo's handheld rival like here. The Steam Deck is bigger, fatter and thicker, burns more power cause the graphics are richer. But for a pickup comfy in your hands it sits up. The analog sticks premium quality, no drift up. Only had it for a short time, I know it's swift, but had to drop this review cause Kloden came in a real clutch. Like the PSP, had more customizability than the DS, better visuals and utility. The deck does what it does better than the Switch, even though the battery sucks and not everything fits on its compatible and verified game list. But the games that play, I have to say they just hit. If you're an advanced user or a king on Steam, you'll find a long list of custom settings like a dream. But if the choice was between getting this or a Switch, the deck has the specs, but the latter is the fix. If you're not tech savvy and you're not too rich, and you like your battery to last more than Marvel flicks, maybe it depends, man, maybe it depends if your game is an indie or if it truly demands a lot of power. But if not, then my man, unless you're playing my games, then this might not be the plan. You might wanna play Genshin, but you can't. You might wanna play PSO, but you can't unless you install Windows. But my man, that ain't fully supported, so that might not be the plan. You might wanna play ESO, but you can't. You might wanna play your favorite game, but you can't. I know it really seems kinda lame, but my man, you can't let your expectations get out of hand. Before this, you were like me, thinking, man, I want a Steam Deck. When you're out, you see that, thinking, man, I wanna be that cool cat rocking PC gaming in my palms, an infinite amount of games within the grasp of my arms. The reality hits like it slapped you in the grill. Them graphics might be real, but the setup will take some skill. Tinkering and managing every single setting, thinking to yourself, I really didn't know what I was getting myself into. And if for you time isn't friendly, spending hours customizing might just be upsetting. True, you could make do with the games in your account, but what about non-Steam titles? Or how about the possibility your games lack compatibility? Almost 200 here, and half of these ain't happening. Don't get me twisted, the deck is great, but the magic seems to only happen when games play, which ain't a casual thing. But they say you can play more on this than the Switch. The deck is complex, but the latter has a list of exclusives, imports, and indie title hits. But the deck can't play everything that exists. Maybe it depends, man, maybe it depends if you really like to tinker for like hours on end. But if you want it straight out of the box, then my man, unless you got hundreds of Steam games, find a new plan. You might wanna play Genshin, but you can't. You might wanna play PSO, but you can't unless you install Windows. But my man, that ain't fully supported, so that might not be the plan. You might wanna play ESO, but you can't. You might wanna play your favorite game, but you can't. I know it really seems kinda lame, but my man, you can't let your expectations get out of hand. You can't let your expectations get out of hand. But check it. If you like like the video or the rhymes or the vibes, like, hit the bell, tell a friend, and subscribe. We haven't monetized any of our videos. Support our channel, games, music below. Links to those in the description. Right above these lyrics that I'm saying. Can't forget to shout out the supporters that are favorites. Protobus's Sword, my man D. Marquet Davis, Design, OTG, and Ben Romer, all our patrons.